everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you all are doing well. Well, it is 3 o'clock, and that means it's time for afternoon coffee. I need my mama pick me up. Oh, I could just so take a nap. But instead, I'm going to drink coffee and talk to you guys. So, I wanted to share with you guys that I am participating in a collaboration of the top 5 reasons of why we homeschool. So be sure to check out that playlist. It will be linked below. There are some awesome channels that are participating in this, so make sure that you go visit them. So, let me get on with my reasons. So I'm sharing with you my top 5 reasons of why I love homeschooling. So my first reason is the influence on our children. What our children are around, from what they read to watch, the music they listen to, their friends, peers at school, their teachers, members of your church, like that, all that influence is on the children. Children pick up on so many different things, and I think it's just really important to make sure that that environment is what I want it to be. I want the influence on my children to be me and my husband and what we want poured into them. Now, this isn't foolproof. They're not sheltered. You know, we run into plenty of things that maybe my husband and I necessarily don't agree with, and we are able to talk about that with our children. But because we're around them so much and we are their influence, they understand and they trust our judgment, if that makes sense. Okay, so for my second reason, I really should have put this as number 1 because this is really my heart and my absolute favorite reason why we homeschool. So that is that our kids are growing up together and for family unity. We have 9 children. Our oldest is 13 and our youngest is 4 months old. This year we have 6 school-age children. So if they all went off to school, I would only have the 3 little ones here. Kind of sounds like a pretty easy day. But my older kids wouldn't have as much time with our younger kids, and they absolutely love and adore their younger siblings. They sit down and read stories with them and play with them, and everybody loves holding the baby. It just brings a unified front to our family. We all are learning the same, like we do history and sciences and our read-alouds and our unit studies as a family. So we are all participating in the same thing and learning alongside each other, and I just think that helps foster the family environment that we want for our kids. And the other thing is that my husband, he does not work a typical 9 to 5 job. He actually had Wednesday off. Today's Thursday, so yeah, yesterday he had Wednesday off. And if the kids were in school, you know, they wouldn't be here for majority of the day. Now, we still were able to get school done, but my husband, you know, helped with some kids, and we're just together. And like he's working this Saturday, so it just works for our family. It just really works well for our family to be able to spend a lot of time together. I do get asked a lot from, you know, family and friends, don't you kind of desire that break from your kids? And yes, I do, you know, sometimes need a break. But no, I just think, frankly, I would miss them way too much. I love being with my kids, and it's just something that's important to me. These years are very short in the grand scheme of things. And that is something that is never far from my mind, is I don't want to miss these moments with my kids. Okay, so my third reason is child-led learning. Now, this is something that I have had to learn how to do over the years, because as a homeschool mom, like sometimes we can get too curriculum driven and feel like we have to finish this book and we have to cover this, and you know, by a certain time period, like it's a burden that I think that we carry as homeschool moms. But I have learned that child-led learning is where it's at for my family. I love asking my kids, what do you want to learn about? And then we'll go and we'll get books on it, and we will just dive fully into that subject. The boys in the past have been obsessed with dinosaurs, sharks, and tractors, and farms. You know, have you ever sat down and talked to a 5-year-old boy that's obsessed with dinosaurs? He can tell you, a wealth of information on dinosaurs, you know, to the names and everything. But when a child is interested and passionate about a subject, they are going to retain that information in a far greater way than what we could have ever dreamed of. Right now, our family is, our whole family, and this is why I love that we homeschool, is obsessed with Little House on the Prairie. We started reading the books, and then I remember that it was released on Amazon Prime, so we started watching the shows, and I was like, you know, we can totally do a unit study on this. So we're watching the books, we're reading the books, we're watching the shows. I have pulled, other books into about the Prairie Primer, and we are able to pull, other books from the time period, and we're doing hands-on crafts, and I've got some field trips planned. This is how I love teaching my kids. It is one of my favorite ways. And I just know that the kids are going to remember this time period because we've made it so real and we've all just enjoyed it so much. Now, with that said, it is important to cover certain subjects and certain, time periods and all that, and I get that. But since I know how my kids learn and I can turn it into a unit study approach and pull out the things that I know that will excite them and intrigue them, they are able to retain that information any better than what I know that I remember learning in school. And like I said, that's just one of my favorite ways to teach my kids, is to bring it to, real life in a way that they are going to remember. So now for my fourth reason. It is freedom. I love that I have the freedom to be able to homeschool them. I have some friends, which I love y'all if y'all are watching this video, that are scared to go out during the day during school hours because they're afraid of getting in trouble with the school system or the county or for truancy or whatever. We have the freedom to homeschool. I'm not afraid at all. I'm like, we go out all the time during the day, and people ask, so that there's no school today? I'm like, nope, we homeschool. We learn when we are at the grocery store. We learn when we're at the park. We learn when we go to a museum or to, wherever that life is taking us. We learn anywhere and everywhere. Learning is not just in the four walls of your school or your house. I love that I have the freedom to take a day off when we need it and focus on our family. I love that we have the freedom to take vacations when other people are in school and it's less crowded. I love the freedom to be able to teach my children what I feel like is important for our family or for the child. My daughter, Addison, right now is obsessed with the solar system. She loves outer space, which is awesome. That's amazing. So she is learning about, she can tell you so much stuff about the planets and stars and constellations because she's just reading books about it. And she shares with her siblings. And now we will add, some book work to it in a little bit, but I'm just letting her dive in and enjoy it right now. And I just love that I have the freedom to do that. I am so blessed to be able to have the freedom to school my children when I want and where I want, and I'm so thankful for that. Like I said, my husband doesn't have a typical schedule, so we are able to, take time off and focus on our family when we need to, or we are able to sit down and dive into some lessons together as a family, or when my husband's off from work, he can help, and he's involved in their education as well. So my fifth and final reason for homeschooling is simply being there for my kids. When my kids have struggled with a subject, we'll just use math for an example, when they have struggled to learn their multiplication tables, and when they finally get it, and that light bulb goes off, I'm there. And I can see it in their eyes, and I can praise them, we can jump up and down, and we can be happy together, and because we've worked so hard for this. I love being there for those light bulb moments. It's so important to me. I love being involved in their education, and that it's more of a lifestyle than, school, because it's just how we do our day. Is you learn every single day. It doesn't have to be, like I said, in a book or in the four walls of your house or your school. But so these are my reasons. I hope that you all enjoyed. Be sure to check out that playlist, and I hope that you all have a blessed day. Thanks.